Shalom Akim. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. In today's lesson, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I want to get a quick one going into which Passover we should follow. Because if you're a new brother and you new person coming to the truth, a new brother, a new sister, you may be undecided on who to follow. All right. And when it comes to high holy days, the different camps celebrate it, or they bring it in different ways. This most previous high holy day, the Passover, all right, which leads into the Feast of the Unleavened Bread. Some camps, well, most camps, they celebrate it in a party fashion. But us over here at Great Millstone, we bring it in, or we celebrate it as a solemn assembly, as a holy convocation. All right, so now according to the scriptures, right, which this is Leviticus 23:3, 6 days, Slakia, verse 4, these are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocations which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Okay, and it goes on to name, in the 14th day of the first month at even is Yahweh's Passover, and on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yahweh. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. It is the first day ye shall have in holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein. So now the Passover is known as an holy convocation. The word holy, meaning Quadash in the Hebrew, which is separate, a sacred. Convocation, meaning a calling together, a sacred calling together. So when you put those words together, it's a separate and sacred calling of the Israelites. All right, as a matter of fact, when you go into Deuteronomy 16:16, the Lord called for all Israel. It says 3 times in a year shall all thy males, so all the males appear before Yahweh thy power in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, which the feast of unleavened bread is the days preceding the 14th day. So from the 14th day to the 21st day, that would be considered the feast of unleavened bread, to where you would take all the leaven out of your house, and you wouldn't eat anything with leaven or yeast in it. Okay, so the Most High called us, to, no matter what you're doing, make sure you come to the Holy Land for the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Weeks, and the Feast of Tabernacles, and they shall not appear before Yahweh empty. Okay, so this is a holy convocation. We got to remember that. So now when we go to the book of Exodus, chapter 12, which this is going into what actually happened on that night, right? All right, it tells us what's going to happen. Exodus 12:23. For Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon a lintel. That's a good one, but I want to, let me see. 12:23. 12:28. And the children of Israel went away, and did as Yahweh had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight Yahweh smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all of the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. Okay, so the night of the Passover, there was a great cry. There was a great that word cry, meaning tazahwa, looks like that, tazahwa. meaning cry of distress. So this was a day of distress for our enemies, and hearing all that, it had to be a scary sound. Then it was also for us, it was a day that we supposed to hold sacred, all right? Out of the different holy days, that we used to consecrate throughout the year, those three, we got to make sure that we do it in Jerusalem, all right? Whatever you are in the world, you got to make that pilgrimage, all right? Which right now we rehearsing the righteous acts, so this is why we just do it, within, from camp to camp over here in Great Millstone, okay? But this is a scary night. Many people are being put to death. As a matter of fact, and what's that? Exodus 10. Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah. So that's a very fearful and scary day. All right. So, like I said, from the sounds, and you could read, as I was going to, you could read Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 18, and it breaks down in vivid, you know, it breaks down vividly exactly what was going on that night. Okay, so this is Matthew 26 now, and this here Yahweh Shah himself, what's the scripture say, he has come to fulfill the law, all right, through his life, all right, certain things of the law, like Psalm 69, different precepts in the book of, Psalms, Isaiah. It speaks about, the Lord's life and how he'd be hated and, how he would be despised, So the things that he would do fulfilled the Old Testament, fulfilled the, you know, particular precepts in the Old Testament, right? So now we're going to go to Matthew 26. What is it? Dang, I just seen it. All right, the point's in 39. Matthew 26 and 26. And as they were eating, Yahushua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, "Take, eat, this is my body." And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink ye all of it, for this is my blood of the New Testament." Okay, during the Passover, each family would have to take a lamb of the first year, roasted with fire. Which what's that fire representing? That tribulation. We had to make sure it's completely done. Yahweh Shai caught all that hell. And then we had to have unleavened bread. Okay? Which Yahweh Shai represents. Well, let me keep going. Salakia. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed. Well, yeah, I could say that. Yahweh Shai represents perfection. Which, no leaven, meaning, no basically purging out your iniquity. All right, like Yahweh Shai said, he was talking to the disciples about the Pharisees. He was saying, damn, I forgot what's that, little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. They believe it was that he said. But his disciples thought he was actually talking about bread. And then, he broke it down like, nah, I'm talking about, the wickedness of the Pharisees. Don't be like them, basically. All right, but I'm going to keep reading, want to verify. So that's kind of, how my mind goes. But anyway, this is Matthew 26 and 29. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. And when they had sung in hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives. So when they sung a song, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Then saith Yahweh Shai unto them, all ye shall be offended of me, all ye shall be offended because of me this night. For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered. So even in the time of Yahweh Shai, there's going to be what there was. You know, it wasn't looking good for you if you were known to be around Yahweh Shai. As a matter of fact, Yahweh Shai denied Peter denied Yahweh Shai 3 times because Peter denied Yahweh Shai 3 times because it was written. All right, but on the surface, he did it because he seen all the hell Yahweh Shai was going through. So he's like, didn't I, a man asked him, he's like, nah, I don't know this man. Didn't I tell you that? He kind of seemed like he went off on a man. But yeah, man, that night, all right, during the time of Yahweh Shai, during the original Passover, in the time of Egypt, these were both scary nights. And fast forwarding today, it will be the same. As a matter of fact, in the book of 2nd Ezra, right, 2nd Ezra 15 and 11, it says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. Okay? And will destroy all the land thereof. So in this current day, when the Lord takes us out of current Egypt, which the Lord calls this place spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Okay, this is the place where all of Israel, well, not all of Israel, but a good majority of Israel came in ships, as it says in Deuteronomy 28. You shall see Egypt again with ships. You shall go into Egypt again with ships. Okay? So he's going to smite this place with plagues, as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Okay? So we, according to Judges 5 and 11, when we practice the righteous acts in this place, all right, which would be the Passover, all right, it should be held in a serious manner as well, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? And it is serious. That's why Apostle Paul even broke it down. He said, whoever eateth the Passover worthily, he's gonna have to pay for that. Okay? So the point I'm trying to make is that this Passover, all right, we should hold it. We should highly esteem it, all right, and hold it very seriously. Reads on to say, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation. Okay? So at all times, as our big bro Yahweh Shai did, the one who personified perfection, all right, held it as a serious manner, so should we. So if that, Lord willing, you I can edify, shalom to the elect.